ranking member of the entire committee, Mr. Raskin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A lot of people were willing to give 702 a chance because of the various exceptions and amendments that were added to try to protect and insulate constitutional values, but and specifically there, the Fourth Amendment requirement of a search warrant. But what's happened in the meantime has taught me, anyway, that we should never condition respect for constitutional values on an expectation of the goodwill of political actors in the executive branch of government. Mr. Hamadanchi, a week after he took office, President Trump fired all the Democrats on the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board, which we had created, leaving it without the quorum necessary to do business. Can you tell us what the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board does, or what it's supposed to do, and why it is a basic defeat of the legislative design that it's no longer functioning?
Yeah, so the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board is designed to report on the privacy and civil liberty implications of the surveillance and counterterrorism programs of the federal government. These members that have been fired, they actually had demonstrated independence from the Biden administration in putting out a report that on 702 that the Biden administration very much disagreed with. And it's not a good thing for the president to be able to fire these independent board members who are meant to provide independent oversight, because it chills their ability to provide that oversight if you think the president can fire you if you say something he doesn't like. And that is why Congress actually removed from statute language that said the president could fire these board members.
And that's not a partisan thing, as you just pointed out. The framers of the Constitution expected anybody who got in as president to push the boundaries of his or her own power to the detriment of the other branches, but essentially to the detriment of the citizens, right? And so that's something we saw in the Biden administration, as you pointed out, something that we're seeing right now with huge red flags in the Trump administration. And so we've got to write laws that insulate constitutional values against anybody who gets in to the executive branch. Does this board issue reports and recommendations?
Yes, when they have a quorum, they regularly issue reports. Last year, they did a report on 702. They recently, before the firings, did a report on watch listing programs. And they regularly would issue reports when they have a quorum. When they haven't had a quorum, the P Club has been much less effective.
All right, so there's no quorum, there are no reports, there are no recommendations. Congress is not getting the information we need to determine whether or not in this difficult terrain, constitutional values are being protected against government overreach. So I take it you agree with me that it was bad for civil liberties and constitutional rights that the president fired the Democrats on the board?
Yes, I do.
And Mr. Chair, do you agree with that?
We would like to see P Club reconstituted as quickly as possible.
Okay. Mr. Kiko, same question to you.
The same. We would like to have it reconstituted with the same kind of people that were there.
And Mr. Chernosky?
Similar to them, yes. We would like to see P Club reinstituted with full membership. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I want to ask about the reforms that Congress did make to Section 702 last year when we reauthorized FISA. The bill mandated the FBI's National Security Division report to Congress the number of U.S. persons, so-called backdoor searches, conducted each month. That is, as Chairman Jordan explained it, the data is mopped up from all of the surveillance of foreign persons, but then, since the theory is we're in lawful possession of the data, backdoor searches can exist for Americans. Why is it important for us to know the number of backdoor searches that the FBI is conducting on a monthly basis?
Well, for one thing, so that you can know the extent of the issue, with the number, you can understand better the risk to Americans' privacy of the whole 702 system. And I think it also enables you to evaluate claims that are made by the IC about the effect of additional reforms. I don't know how you can act and respond to their arguments without knowing exactly how many people.
What was the FBI sending us before the new reporting requirements were put in?
My understanding is that it was pretty spotty.
And the additional reporting is going to require more staff and more support. And I had previously learned from the National Security Division that they wanted 14 more people in order to comply with Congress's requirements. Not only have they frozen hiring, they removed the person who was responsible for managing all of the compliance and audits. So what does that mean?
Gentleman's time has expired.
Yeah, if I could just finish this sentence. Well, what does that mean for the new statutory language that we put in?
Well, we would certainly support
times was
staffing that very important function at NSD.
Chair, without objection, Mr. Klein will be permitted to participate in today's hearing for the purpose of questioning the witness